Hi, welcome back to Confessions of a Desi Drama Queen. We are your drama queens, Amna and Sana.
Welcome back to another episode. I don't know if it's just that it's getting dark at 4 p.m., but it's like the weeks are going and I'm like, oh, we're back.
We were comparing our Google calendars because from this point onward, every single day is something or another. It's like I have little dots on every single day during the end of December, and I'm supposed to be moving. I say this every week. I'm like, guys, I'm moving. Has anything left my house? No,
but things are getting done.
Things are getting
the
done.
House is on like, it's like
happening.
95% complete.
I would give it a good 98.
Okay,
99.
period. Yeah.
And it was crazy time of the year.
December, I don't know if this, actually I do think it's for everyone because we don't really celebrate Christmas, but because everybody's off and it's just that time of year, it's like literally from Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve feels like 6 days and 6 years. And I said this last episode too, but like literally every single day we have Amna's brother coming into town, Mustafa's coming into town. We have Hafsa coming back from New York. So our family stuff is already like back to back. We have birthdays, we have weddings, we have New Year's Eve. I can't even get into New Year's Eve. Worst holiday.
I can't even get into it. I really can't even get into it.
And I don't know, maybe it's because we live here, because I spent a couple New Year's Eves in Miami where my sister-in-law is. Amna, it's like you don't have to have a crazy plan because you could just be out and watch fireworks with the palm trees anywhere.
Yeah, I used to, New Year's, I've said this before, New Year's fashion is my favorite fashion. And New Year's, like the theme is my favorite. I can't stand a New Year's plan, but we'll get into all of that closer to New Year's. Who knows? Cut to New Year's episode. I'm like bedazzled. I'm like, I love it today. Today is just a hard day to feel good about being alive because it's so cold. And I know you guys every episode that in the last 3 weeks I've been like, hey guys, it's really cold.
No, but you don't understand. It's like really cold. It's Arctic.
It's like in the negatives. It's in the negatives. Yeah. And today was hard enough waking up because last night we went to DJ. No, me a PJ. I'm like, we went to DJ Habib Beats.
Yeah.
DJ Habib Beats.
So he had a set in Chicago.
He had a great set in Chicago. Okay. Here's the thing.
Wait, let me just preface by saying we've been looking forward to this because we went to Fred again and it changed our life. You know, we're big on the like, this means everything with the concerts and the shows.
We love a concert show experience.
We love a show experience. We really live. I do think it's like the milestones that help us get through the year. It's like whatever concert or show we have coming up.
Yeah.
So this was like, you know, it's getting cold. It's getting
end
dark.
Of the year.
There's 17 inches of snow on every side. It's getting ugly. It's getting scary.
Yeah.
So we're like, we have something to live for.
And you know what I'm saying? Like for me, especially, like I always on my TikTok see like Boiler Room and like these really cool DJ sets, and I'm like, I can't wait till I get to be in there. I want to be in there so bad. Everyone's got on such a vibe. Everyone's outfits, the dance moves, playing Sean Paul, and then throwing a little mix. So we were looking forward to this,
and then just something about it being hubby beats. You know, we're like, oh, he'll play the songs we like, so it'll be like we're at the Arab wedding at the Boiler Room. That's like our dream situation.
Concoction. Yeah,
literally.
We've been talking about it for weeks. And then we went.
And as usual, the men ruined it.
Yeah. Every time. No, okay, here's the thing. He himself, phenomenal.
Yeah, he was
I feel bad for him. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry we gave you such a crowd. Like, he himself and his set was so good. Mm-hmm. But it was a small venue and we were all kind of like
we were sardined
together, which, okay, you kind of anticipate like, okay, there's like everyone, but the way that there was like, we're there with our girlfriends and their husbands, and
let me paint the picture. There's like six of us girls, 2 of our girlfriends brought their husbands.
Yeah.
Which like we like switch out the husband. We rotate the husbands in different shows. So sometimes they join, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Most of the times the girls stay consistent and then somebody's husband is joining here or there.
It just depends on how excited they are about who it is we're going to go see.
So we had 2 of them this time.
Yeah. And they're in the back, and then there's a line of us, and then there's like a horde of men. And they're like, we've talked about this before on airplanes. They have no concept of spatial awareness. And look, I'm not bashing on someone for coming to have a good time, right? But I'm like, actually, what is the point of you being here, taking up space, not dancing, have a big ass coat on, and you're leaning back, and now we're pushing up against you, like arms out like this, and you're fighting us.
Yesterday was a resistance workout class.
Oh, 100%.
It was resistance training.
100%.
I'm like using my back. I am leaning up. And I will say, we've gone to so many shows. We've gone to the Kaigos and the Fredigans. We've done 50. We went to 50.
Yeah.
We've done so many shows.
Nicki
And this
Minaj.
isn't a problem. Why is it the men in our community? Yeah. The men in our community are fucking relentless.
And you know what else it is? The men in our community are the first to have some shit to say about hijabi girls that go out to concerts and DJ sets, right? I can't tell you how many groups of hijabi girls I was around where I'm like, thank God.
Thank God. They were the only ones we could dance with. They were so
sweet,
spatially aware. And then you're spatially aware and you're like, yeah, let's
and everyone's having a good time. They're on the right wavelength. They're having fun. And then the men who talk the most shit about hijabi girls or Muslim girls or whatever being in these types of spaces, I'm like, you guys are standing there, not dancing, not enjoying the space,
not wearing
deodorant, taking up so much space, and then giving side eyes. And I'm like, there was a point where there was these guys dancing, and at one point I was like, just make out. You want to be here
with each other,
but just make out with each other. Like, actually, that's clearly what you want to do, because you're like this close away from each other. You're not dancing. You're just like smizing around the room. You're leaning back, so you're like all kind of like laying back. I'm holding you both up, like, excuse me, and I'm like, just make out. What are you doing? Oh my God.
No, I don't know if it's our age or what, but like the overstimulation and the rage. I think I fought with like 4 men yesterday.
Yeah,
one like. I've never been that bitchy besides when I was like 20 at a club or something. But the way I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And even the way, like, because we were in the middle. So obviously people are going to pass through, right? And like there's anticipation. When you're passing through, especially as girls, when we pass through, we're holding hands. We're holding everyone's hands.
We're maneuvering through the space. And you know how girls maneuver through the space? You're angled. So you're like maneuvering through the space. Like, okay, I'm gonna angle. They walk like boxes.
Like, you're like, oh, there's a little like open space here. I'm gonna go here.
I'm gonna angle myself.
It's like a snake. Like we're like sliding through, so we're not in anyone's way.
Yes.
These guys are like shoving through us, but when you're like, okay, like, sorry.
No, and we had attitude. Let me be clear.
Yeah, we did.
We had attitude.
But like, if the mic is me and I'm like, the mic is me, right? And I'm a man, instead of being like, okay, excuse me, they're like, sorry, I'm moving. I'm moving. And I'm like, go. We want to stand here and tell me about it? Go.
No, they kept.
I was like, make it quick then.
Guy that was
move.
Like, first there was a group of guys that I literally like curse with my whole heart because I hate them so much for how they were acting. But like, and I'm telling you, the audacity of a Desi, Arab, South Asian, our community type men, I'm like, you clearly are all mama's boys. Like, clearly nobody fucking told you no. Because they're not only crowding, but then they're adding on pools of additional men to their crowd that they keep running into. And I'm like, is this your fucking Kala's house?
Yeah.
Get the fuck away from me.
Just to stand, again, all of that, just to
and they're
stand.
Shoving. And you know what the other thing is that really annoys me? You know that I'm significantly shorter than you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 5'2", you're 6 feet tall. Your shoulders are the size of my fucking head. Like, get away from me.
And again, if you were doing all of that work to dance, then dance.
Where's the shimmy?
If you're not shaking ass, I am not understanding what the purpose is. And if you're not there to be with a woman and you're making sure she has space to dance, actually, what is the point? If you wanted to sit and watch, go on YouTube. Go stand all the way in the back. Make space for the people that are actually trying to dance.
What happened to homecoming vibes where women are on one side? What happened to separation?
What happened to separation of the sexes and the girls on this side and the guys on that side? And at best, we have a dance battle. You know what I mean? Like, what happened to that?
I feel like an auntie, that's genuinely what I would have preferred. Because all the girls, when I tell you, were so whimsy and boppy and like having such a good time. There were so many girls that I was like, oh my and like just having such a good time with. And then the men just came in fee fi fo fum, fucking sweaty.
There was like 4
nasty
men that were actually dancing and having
they were
good fun.
oh yeah, there was, and I think they were gay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the ones that were shimmying the most had like metallic nail polish, shimmying their shoulders. I'm like, okay, you're a good time.
We were all fighting for our lives, and it was rough. And I was wondering, I was like, can he see what we see? Like, are you seeing like the DJ? I'm like, you're seeing what we're seeing, right? Like, you're seeing what I'm seeing. What's happening here? What's happening? Dude. But yeah, that was a rough.
Oh my God.
At one point, I think we were like, okay, we should move. Should we not move? Like, should we find a different spot? But we were so committed to fighting the fight at some point that we were like, no, we're staying.
Yeah, try me.
We're staying.
Try me.
Yeah, well, please
no, and all of us, I don't know if it's because we're just from here, but we are like, we are ready to like get the fuck away from me. You want to try me?
Fun fact about Sana, by the end of every event, she's ready to fight anybody. Sana is like, if you want someone on the front line of any war or any confrontation, you don't even have to have the
no,
just
I'm
put
ready.
her in the front.
No,
She's
I'm
ready.
ready.
She's like,
I can lead us through the crowd well. I can snake us through a crowd really well.
You do that really well.
And I can fight the fucking fight. Yeah. Please get the fuck away from me.
Stand 10 toes. Speaking of men,
as if we haven't
done any more or had any more to say. Something else that I noticed recently, and this is definitely like I don't know if like the patriarchy got me, because it sucks. Hold on, I feel a sneeze coming. Everybody stand by. everybody calm down. I think we're good. Something that I've noticed. Wait. Okay, I'm back. Something that I've noticed that, okay, women, like we suck in all the time. We suck in our bellies all the time, right?
Yeah.
And we shouldn't have to. I know we shouldn't have to. And I know that it sucks when we do. And I know it kind of messes with your, like the shape of your belly and like the rib thingy and like the little, it looks like a love handle, but it's not a love handle. Like, I understand that we shouldn't have to. But I feel like genuine rage sometimes when I see a guy who's wearing something way too, like we're about to take a photo and they don't suck in. And the outfit is too tight because they've never had to think about it. So when I'm sucking in and I look at the picture and they're not sucking in and they're like solid, I'm like,
I saw a TikTok and this girl was like, men always say that women will never understand how much men think about sex. And she was like, I finally realized that I do understand how much men think about sex, and all women do. It's how much we think about being skinny. And I was like,
it was like just such a revelation to me, because I was like, wait, you don't feel the need to suck in. But why do I feel the need to suck in? So then I start like, because they don't feel the need to suck in, but I feel the need to suck in, I do take it out on them, where I'm like, suck in. Like either we're all sucking in or nobody's sucking in. And if nobody's
sucking in, I have to suck in and you don't have to suck in.
Yeah, it really bothered me.
Yeah, there's so many things
and
like that.
And then it made me think about, I saw this girl on TikTok and she was showing how like guys propose, and she's like, absolutely do not do the hunchback. Like, you got to go straight up. And I was like, yeah.
But no one's except for a sister. A sister will tell a man that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're a boy with a sister, you should feel so fucking lucky, because that is the only way that you have
an older one.
Yes, that's the only way that you have any concept of like hygiene, fucking how to dress.
We were having this conversation with Basit, our cousin, and he was asking me like at what age or he was telling me at what age like he shaved for the first time and blah blah blah. And I was like, my parents tried so hard to get my brother not to shave when he had that little, like, you know, when boys go through like that whiskers, awkward phase.
Mustache.
Yeah, and my parents were not letting him shave it because they were like, dude, he's too young. He's like, I don't know, 12 or something. And I was so enraged by his face. I basically held him down and like shaved his face. I'm like, you're getting rid of that. I can't look at him. And my parents were like, nah. And I was like, guys, we're not going to address the elephant in the room.
I do Nobody. Think boys, but you know, like the age between like 8 and 13 when they have the fuzz coming in, I'm always like, just let me just
was just, if I could.
But they love it. I'm sure they love it, you know?
Yeah. It's so funny too when they like first discover it, when they have like one armpit hair and they're like showing the whole house and it's like such a celebration and you're like, oh my God.
Meanwhile, when you're a girl and you get armpit hair, you're like, what the fuck is going on? What's happening to
where
me?
did this come
a
from?
period and puberty and hair for a girl, you're like, my whole life is fucking turned upside down.
Well, I've always had hairy arms and hairy legs since I can remember. I don't remember a time where I didn't. And something that I'm glad I did now, I feel like it built character, is because I was always like, because I was born with it and I've always been hairy, I would like free roam hairy all the time. Like I had hairy legs, hairy arms, and I was like, what else am I supposed to do? And then it was like a little later as I got older that I was like, shaving.
No, Amna, there are days when I'm just sitting in silence, reflecting on life, and I get sent back to 7th grade middle school gym, where you were in Islamic school at that time, right?
I was, so I was not wearing shorts.
Guys, being in 7th grade with 7th grade boys and having hairy legs and wearing shorts in gym, and I just acted like the hair didn't exist. I was just like, whatever.
That's good though.
No, it's a nightmare because everybody else noticed. And my hair as a 7th grader wasn't like like a white girl's hair. It was like I'm pale with black hair on my legs. It was not a good look. It's not cute. And our moms would only let us wax at that time. So it's like you got a good week and then everything's coming in kind of crazy for a little bit.
The first time I waxed anything was Sana waxed my arms for me. And I don't know why the wax was cold.
Yeah, because you can do it that way.
I know, but we had the option of going hot. It was the first time I waxed anything. And we're in her parents' bathroom. And I have like my hairy arm out. And we're the same age. We're like, how old were we?
I really loved experimenting.
Like, anything Sana wanted to try. I was like, yeah. I mean, to this day, I'm like, yeah, do it. So she waxed my arms. And then my mom showed up and I acted like so nonchalant. Like my whole face is red. I have like half my eyebrows left because I also got my eyebrows done without telling my mom. And then I'm like fully waxed and she's like, Amna, did you do anything different? And I'm like, no.
You're crazy.
Nothing new here.
I didn't know I was allowed to do it until I had to go to fucking BBL salon on Devon and they would like wax everything at once. And I was like, oh my God.
I prefer that. When I started waxing, I preferred that.
Yeah, the everything at once.
Yeah, I'm like, I would go to this place and it was these two Mexican ladies and they were just only talking to each other. And then I would just lay there and they're like having a full conversation, opening my legs wide open, slapping it, ripping it. And I'm like, but I was like honestly efficient because the one by one was killing me.
You know what that reminds me of? I know this is so off topic, but for your wedding, you know, everybody goes for like a spa day. Everybody goes for like a facial or like a package of deluxe hydrofacials for their wedding. Amna's wedding massage and facial was at like a dinky Dallas like auntie salon, you guys.
And it was like my mom and Sana and like my hala, I'm sure, like they went to the Desi store next door. It was like the one that's like attached to a grocery store. It was like a Desi clothing store, a grocery store, and then this lady's like the week of my wedding. And it's like my mom took me there. She's like, I know a girl, you're gonna love her. I don't know why I ran with that. I was like, okay. And then she takes me there, and it's like the products are like half open bottles with like I don't know. I can't even describe the setting. It was like a chamber. And then I'm in there and you guys, they left me in there and I am like, she's waxing the back of my neck. She's putting things in my nostril. She's like massaging me down. Like, you know, when you give a baby a bath, like, you know how like our nanny would give us baths and it's like with a rock and it's like really intense and your like tears are coming, but she's forcing you to stay still. She's like getting mad at me. She's like, stay still. And she's putting cream after cream, but then wax at the same time. But honestly, I came out pretty fucking brand spanking new. I feel like a new car.
I know, but you just kept calling it your like pre-wedding massage. And I'm like, that's a stretch.
Yeah, it was really intense. And I'm like, well, I don't know why I let that happen to me.
Oh my God.
God bless her.
So funny.
Anywho,
should we get into the Not Your Mama drama?
Yeah, let's get into Not Your Mama's drama. On this week of Not Your Mama's drama, what do we have on the roster? We have Tyla. Okay. So I saw that Tyla did a show in India, right? And I'm so confused, and I've touched on this a little bit on the podcast before. I'm so confused by people's surprise to, oh, I didn't know there was hot people in India. Oh, I didn't know that, India had such a vibe. I didn't know that you guys did festivals and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's 2026, you guys.
It's also like billions of people. Also, India has like the biggest festival scene.
No, it's crazy to me. Obviously, we're the first to talk shit about ourselves and our own culture and blah, 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 blah.
We need deodorant.
Yeah, we're the first to make a comment or a snarky remark, right? But at the same time, it's so crazy to me that we're approaching 2026. And in 2026, people are in the comments are like, oh, I didn't know, South Asians or Indians were good looking, which is also crazy that is a precedent to then make it that being good looking or being hot is like, oh, well, now that you're good looking or now that there's hot people in this group, I guess we'll start considering you like not beneath us. And that's really crazy to me.
Well, and I think the reason that stigma exists is because every time a South Asian person was portrayed in American media, it's like the girl that's super nerdy, it's like the entire archetype is like the nerdy girl who isn't sexual, who isn't hot, who isn't talking to boys. That's the entire premise. Or the boy that's like super nerdy, IT guy. That's always the premise. So why would they think that of us?
I know. And then it's crazy because on our end of the spectrum, we're saying like, ooh, and these like, Bollywood, gorgeous.
Like the people we grew up watching were like stunning.
And even the women around us, like our moms, aunties, cousins, whatever, like their, makeup, their hair's blown out, their outfits are so good and clean, like, and put together and fancy. And
do you know what it takes to get an outfit from fucking Pakistan or India? A $3,000, $5,000, $6,000 outfit. Do you know what it fucking takes?
Yeah.
To be able to carry an outfit like that?
And I have never in my life been surprised that any group of people are hot.
That's a really good point. I don't think I have either.
I have never been like, yeah, Papua New Guinea, do they have any hot people over there? I have never in my life considered that there's
That's such a
like
good
that
point.
one group of people is just like the standard of ugly.
No, and that's so true. And also you're talking about, it also blows my mind when people are so shocked that people look different from Pakistan or India. Like when people are like, you don't look like it. I'm like, what do you think people from this region look like? Do you understand that there's billions of us? You guys, it's actually so interesting. Across my best friends, who if you put us in a line and you asked any random white person in America to be like, can you tell them apart? I feel like they'd be like, they're sisters, cousins at minimum.
Yeah.
Even across all of us, every single one of us, different foundations work for us, different undertone. We literally have maybe 3% difference in our skin tones. And we're sitting in Sedona trying each other's concealers because that one looks too yellow on her and that one looks too pink on her and that one's too gray on her. Like it's so much variety, even across what you would think is like 5% variance.
Common sense in 2026. We are not in the year 2000 where that's like new information. And also it's surprising because the way the internet right now is making it seem like this is new information, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. In the 2010, 2016 year, were all of you not wearing like desi shit to Coachella, the yoga, the print? Remember the elephant prints everywhere and the bohemian bags and the chai lattes and the blah, blah, blah,
it's
blah,
still
blah,
going
blah,
the Scandinavian scarf. It's all of
Right.
it. So you pick the parts of it that you're like, I mean, and it's so classic. We're just getting into classic fucking.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Classic fucking
Appropriation.
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay, guys, so you like this 1% of it and you're making it your own. But yeah, that's such a good point. I've never thought that people from other places don't have beautiful people. That's insane.
And them having beautiful people or not having beautiful people was not my like, oh, now that I've realized that there are beautiful people, maybe I should be a little nicer to them. Mm-hmm. That's a crazy thing for this generation, next generations to be surprised about that type of information, and the backhanded compliments is actually insane to me. I'm like, in this day and age, what are we actually talking about, you guys? And that it took a Tyla performance and girls just posting like average content that they would at a concert for people to be like, I guess it's not all so bad. I'm like,
even though I hate that that's true, I will say, being girls that grew up in America and like it not being cool to be Desi, to be an adult and feel within yourself like it's cool to be Desi, and like I feel like we're all so proud of it, and then be like, okay, and now you guys kind of see it. It shouldn't be validating, but it is validating. Yeah. It's like, okay, you finally see, like I see, there are so many Pakistani models that I'm like, wow, like I'm so glad you're representing Pakistani girls. I'm so glad you're in New York being a content creator. I'm so glad Sirat and all these girls. I'm so glad that you are who you are and you're in the spaces you're in, because at least you're showing people that we exist in those spaces.
Yeah. And they do it so well, and they do it so like, which is not news to anybody else but everybody else. Yeah. Yeah. Which this really wasn't a Not Your Mama's Drama type of thing. Yeah. I know it kind of went in a different direction, but I've been seeing so much of Tyla's concert in India, and that was like really like sitting on my chest. But in other news of Not Your Mama's Drama, we have Ace and Shelly broke up, which, are we surprised?
Are we surprised? No. But I did watch the clip of where Shelly announced it. She announced it on a podcast of these two guys. And I felt kind of bad because they were like, she very clearly was trying not to get into it. Like they hadn't announced it yet. It sounded like she really clearly was trying not to get into it. And then they're like coercing it out of her, you know? And when they realized that something was off enough that they could coerce it out of her, and then they got her to finally say it, their fake shocked faces really fucking annoyed me. I was like, you guys, like, she's really clearly trying to be like, yeah, he's like, she's really trying to not get into the conversation. They push it. And then when she's like, we actually aren't together anymore. And I saw a lot of the comments saying the same thing, that they're like, wow, these like podcasters are like foaming at the fucking mouth that she fucking gave them this exclusive information, you know? And it's like, oh my God, but nobody's surprised, dude.
No one's surprised. And when I saw the interview, I was like, I don't know. I thought they handled it well, in that I'm like, you're from Love Island. You and Ace have this very public relationship. Obviously, people are going to ask you about your relationship.
For sure.
And if you're now starting to be coy about it, obviously they're going to be like, okay, do you want, yes, no? Do you want to talk about it? Do you not want to talk about it?
I get that.
And then if she just wanted to not say that they're broken up, she could have been like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know? And then that would have been then.
I guess, but I'm imagining, dude, when you're in a situation like that, and someone's like pressing and they're like really trying to get it, and you're just like, okay, look, like this is actually what happened, because the way that she was responding did feel like she was trying to be careful. But yeah, he was like, what, 5 years younger than her?
Yeah.
Something like that. Dude, in no world is a 22, 23-year-old guy gonna be able to keep up with this, like, besides like that one situation, fucking that guy. I hate that I can't remember his name right now, but the guy who's like with the girl who's like 30 years older than him or whatever, and everybody's like, get the fuck out of there. Oh my gosh.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, right?
Yes. Yeah. So like, besides that, but like, which everybody's like get the fuck out of there situation. But yeah, and Ace, I feel like you could tell that Ace is such a strong personality that it's like, I don't know. I feel like everybody kind of saw that.
Yeah, we didn't expect them to get married or anything, right. You know what I mean? Which, if they did, would have been more surprising.
Yeah. Okay, in other news, guys, I am so excited to get into this. Kimora Lee Simmons. Okay. Kimora Lee Simmons, if you don't know, and if you're like a Gen Zer, Kimora Lee Simmons, anybody in our generation, I think knows who she is, because we all grew up on baby fat. In the same era that I'm talking about where my legs weren't shaved, I was also myself foaming at the fucking mouth for like these $40 baby fat shoes, all white sneakers with the little gold baby fat sign. Oh my God, guys, I was a baby fat hoe.
She was a baby fat connoisseur. She is what brought me to baby fat. Oh my God, we did those, what are they called? The photo shoots?
Oh, like a magic photo.
We did a magic
photo. Like the mall photo shoots with the little like hearts, and then you're like soft focused and you're like posing together. Dude, I still have stacks of those.
Yeah, and you trade them in school.
Yeah, you write a note, or like you send it to your boyfriend. You like write a little note.
I still have like random people from 8th grade's magic photos in like a box somewhere in my house.
Same. I'm literally like, should I go home and look at them today?
Yeah, and it says something like "sexy mama" on it. Yes. And they're all like posing with their boyfriends, or have a picture of just someone's boyfriend.
Oh my God, I would dream of doing it with my boyfriend. I would dream. I would be like, well, you and I did it.
You know, you were like building that up. You're like, I would dream, and I'm like getting excited because I thought she was gonna end the sentence with, "I would dream for us to go back there and do it." And she said, "With my boyfriend," and I'm like, yeah.
I did do it. I did it by myself, and then like also, why was I going to the mall by myself?
What do you mean?
To do the magic photo shoots. I had done them by myself too.
Solo, like you got dressed.
Solo. Oh,
that's iconic, Sana.
Picked my background.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I haven't seen any of the girls do this fucking dragon background. I'm gonna do the dragon background. Yeah,
please.
And I would get like 40 of them and pass them out, and then like my my fucking middle school boyfriend would like put it in his wallet, and I was like,
oh my God,
in love.
Velcro
this
wallet,
is love.
please.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what a
dude,
bad bitch thing to do.
But like, so Amna and I did one together.
I came to Chicago and I was so excited to wear Sana's baby fat shirt. It was white. We're gonna post a photo. It was white and it had the cat on it and it said baby fat. I curled my hair.
Yes.
I got dressed. I had my MAC NC40 and my lip gloss and my kajal on, and I felt like you couldn't tell me anything. We did a whole photo shoot.
We may as well have been on the cover of Vogue.
No, truly. I was like, this is art. This is an expression of art. I felt like you crunched my hair. Sana crunched my hair with mousse, and I literally was like,
it was like the flat iron straight bang.
It's like the smoke is coming out and you hear the crinkle coming.
Yeah, and your bangs are straight. God, I wish Gen Z understood like what an era of life that was.
It was so good, and I had never felt like a sex symbol more in my life.
Yeah, you were like, I'm the baddest.
We're going with our moms. We're going with our moms to get these photos.
To like Gurney Mills Mall. Literally.
We thought we were so cool.
And I had these baby fat hoop earrings. Like, no, anything baby fat, I was like, I will die for it. I would dream about it. But anyways, the creator of baby fat is Kimora Lee Simmons. She's such a bad bitch herself, right? And she has 2 daughters. They're stunning. Dude, her daughters are stunning.
Like strikingly gorgeous.
Oh my God. Even as babies, they're just so fucking beautiful, mashallah. They're so beautiful. But okay, so Kimora Lee Simmons, she was married to Russell Simmons. Her and him at the time, huge brand, whatever. She's married to him. They end up getting separated. She ends up having to give him like a ton of money, like millions of dollars, something like that. She gets married to another guy. That guy fucking wrings her dry. I'm like, how have you gone through? And if you guys are interested in this, I'll do like a proper deep dive. But like, how have you gone through these fucking loser ass men? She had a TV show back in the Fab Lane, Kimora Lee Simmons in the Fab Lane, and now she's coming out with a reboot of it or whatever. And I'm just like, wow, I feel like there was a really long period of time that she went really quiet. And I would genuinely, you guys, I don't do this often, but I would think about her often. I'd be like, what the fuck happened to her? Like, I hope she's well. Like, she created the best brand of all time.
Isn't Russell now in Bali or something? Because he can't come back to America.
Yeah, he like escaped.
Yep. And Kimora, I feel like so far is one of those models that to date is still so strikingly gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I love seeing the clips of her reality show come back out and the way she parented her daughters and the way she's so unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She is one of those women that like to date when I was a kid and to date where I'm like, I want to be just like you. You are so cool. You are so put together. You are so funny. You are so fabulous. And I love that she really leaned into her fabulous like energy. I love that her house, I loved her cheetah print rugs. I loved like the robes and it's just so good.
Okay,
it's just
sorry.
So
I was like, I have to get into the like background of what actually happened because I couldn't remember the entire thing of it, but I got it. My chat and I are like fucking, I know it's a little bit of a sore spot for Amna because her chat isn't doing for her what my chat is doing for me, and we really need to fix that. But you guys, if your chat is not like your best fucking friend, I don't know what's going on. But basically, so Kimora and Russell were together. They got divorced. Russell paid like a substantial child support. Blah blah blah. In 2021, Russell Simmons sues Kimora and her, at that time, husband, Tim Lesner, who was the CEO, a banker at Goldman Sachs, okay, who was doing an entire massive scandal and was quote unquote divorced from the woman he was with before. Turns out the entire time he was with Kimora, I think they had a son together too, he was never actually divorced.
Wow.
So then Russell sues Kimora and her, at that time husband, Tim, saying that they transferred millions of his stock shares into their account to pay Lesner's legal fees. Because he had a case on him for things that he was doing at Goldman Sachs. It was like a massive, massive, massive thing, like a huge white collar crime thing, that whatever he was embezzling and whatever at Goldman Sachs. And then also the whole thing about he faked his divorce documents and emails from his ex-wife and all this stuff. He faked all of that to Kimora Lee Simmons. And I'm like, you are such an incredible woman. What the fuck is going on? Anne Hathaway too was with this like huge scandal con artist guy from Europe for a really long time. And I'm like, dude, these women that are so fucking incredible, how do you get warped into these like loser ass men?
And I don't know about Anne Hathaway's situation, but another thing about Kimora is she met Russell when she was very
You're right.
young.
Yep.
She was like 19, 18,
16. She was 16.
But they started dating when
and he was in
19,
his 30s.
And he was in his 30s.
I know, like Diddy and Cassie.
Yeah. Everything like Diddy and Cassie. And that's 100% reason why she got caught up in this, because she was so young.
Yeah,
and a grown man in his 30s to lust over a 19-year-old and marry her, and that she still came out of it on top is everything. Is a heroic story in and of itself.
Literally.
Like that is everything. But there's probably so many girls and guys like Aaron Taylor Johnson where you get caught up way too soon. Anytime I see an age gap like that and any variation like that, my mind always goes to that one teacher who married the 15-year-old boy that she slept with and then went to jail and had babies. And there was that movie about her on Netflix. Oh my God, I don't remember what it was called, but it has that guy from Riverdale.
What?
There was a movie about her. It has that guy from Riverdale, and I know
one of the Sprouse brothers?
No. It's gonna come to us. But anyways, they did a movie about this couple. But it was that's literally the template that comes to mind because she to this day, I mean, I think she's since passed, but she still to this day defends the decision that she made about marrying.
Oh my God,
her
I can't.
15-year-old student.
Speaking of though, like reality TV stuff, Amna's been watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and I have been too. And we won't get into like the entire, like we have to deep dive with you guys our thoughts on all the things Secret Lives, Mormon Wives. But one, I want you to tell them like how you got back into reality TV, because sometimes getting Amna into reality TV, you guys, is like a real, like you really got to reel her in. And it's got to be worth it. But I've been thinking about this so much lately, and maybe it's because again we're in our 30s, but like there is something so satisfying about watching reality TV. Like, I don't know if it's that you like relate it to people in your own life and you're like, do I move that way? Do I move that way? Or I don't know, or that's just real drama, but it really scratches such a fucking itch.
Mm-hmm. And the character development and the that's what got me into it. So what got me back into reality TV, specifically Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Also, last episode I talked about how I don't have Peacock, and so like that's also been a big hurdle for me. But I saw when the swinger scandal came out on TikTok, I saw that unfold on TikTok. So I kind of had an idea, right? Mm-hmm. And then recently, Whitney is on Dancing with the Stars, and I saw her final performance that she did released after she was out, like got kicked out or she was voted out. Dancing with the Stars, and I loved her performance.
The one she did on Call Her Daddy?
Yes. Okay. And I was like, wow, what an amazing performance. She's on Secret Lives of Mormon.
She looks completely different, by the way.
Yeah, she looks very different. So I was like, I don't remember seeing her in the, trailers and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, I wonder how she got here. I wonder how she ended up on Dancing with the Stars, and now she's on Broadway. So that curiosity put me into a rabbit hole. That then got me to watch episode 1 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And episode 1, I am hooked. I'm on season 2 right before the reunion. I am hooked. And I am watching Whitney be Whitney in season 1. And I'm like, how does your character develop to become the person that went on Dancing with the Stars and Broadway?
How does Whitney from season 1? No, that I really love that pipeline because that's how I got into Vanderpump. I learned about Vanderpump from Scandival, which is like all the way at the end, right? So then going all the way to the beginning and you have some of the end information and okay, Tom Sandoval does this to Ariana, but then you start from the beginning and you're like, how did you become that person? How did you become this person? It's so fascinating to watch their stories unfold because it's like you actually can't make this shit up. No. And the people they end up becoming and who you end up really resonating with really fucking changes.
And I thought going into Secret Lives that I wouldn't like Taylor because she was in the swinger scandal. And I thought that the whole thing was a little crazy in the way that it was unfolding. I was like, whoa, guys.
She gave trashy until you watch it.
And then I'm watching it and I'm like, I think I really like Taylor. Me too. And the thing about reality TV, because you had brought the Sandoval, that whole arc to me, so I need to get into that pipeline and I need to start from episode 1. I'm like, reality TV, there's so many layers to a person. And you really are like, okay, yeah, she did say that, but she did say that. And then you start thinking of like how you pan out and like objectively, what are you saying that then is adding or not adding to the situation at hand? And it's like a sociology experiment.
It is. And I think, it's so interesting because my sister the other day was talking about something. And I was like, Robs, I think this is my, assignment and advice to you. I really think you should start watching more reality TV because I really think that you accidentally learn about yourself through reality TV.
How beautiful.
You know what I mean? You do beautiful. Because you're like, wait, I don't want to resonate with this person, but I think that that's how I move.
Self-reflection.
I'd rather move like this person. How do they move, Or like if you're watching someone that's like really good with guys or you're watching someone that's like the girl that's really chill and you're like, am I that kind of person in my life? I don't know. It really helps you understand how you might be perceived because none of these people think that they're going to be perceived the way they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really, really interesting. And I think it's like, if you're in your 20s and if you're dealing with winter like we are, there is nothing better
right now.
There's nothing better than just sitting and binging some reality TV. And if you haven't watched Vanderpump, I actually fucking beg of you, I would love to do a fucking mini series where we do like 15-minute episodes, just deep diving seasons of fucking Vanderpump. I think it's the most fascinating fucking show. If I could do a fucking PhD on reality TV, it would be on Vanderpump.
I think PhD period, you would do it on Vanderpump. And
literally.
She's saying I'm begging of you. She's talking to me.
Yes.
Like she's been begging me
of the audience and my co-host. Fucking watch Vanderpump.
Yeah, no, I'm going to get into it now that the ball's gotten rolling, 100%. Like the domino effect.
And once you're in it, you do get addicted.
No, now that I'm in it, like I can't stop and my TV's getting delivered Tuesday. So like we're in it.
Okay, this is a shorter episode, so we're about to wrap. Should we do Can I Be a Bitches?
Yes.
Okay, do you have yours? You want me to go?
You go.
Okay. I think this is going to sound really mean because I think this was my take, my Can I Be a Bitch take for a long time. And I'm feeling it change in the last maybe 2 or 3 interviews. But I'm someone who started listening to Call Her Daddy day 1. Like I started listening to it when episode 7 or 8 dropped, when it was Sophia and Alex. My sister put me onto it. It was super fucking sexual. It was super fucking raunchy. It was super fucking out there. I literally was following it like a hawk. I would re-listen to episodes. I was deep in it. I fucking loved it. I loved it so much. I was like, this is the most revolutionary thing I've ever seen happen. And then they broke up and the whole thing happened. It was really fucking sad, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunate, and I've stayed with Call Her Daddy for a long time even after that. Unfortunately, more recently, I've really felt like it's become kind of insufferable, dude. And I feel really sad saying that. And then I'm like, is something wrong with me? Because now this is like a multi-million-billion-dollar brand and deal. And the people she has on gets better and better each week. I will say that. Like the people she has on, you can't help but watch it. Like the Love Island people or Bethany or Cam or whoever. You can't help but watch it because you're like, what are they going to say and talk about? And almost every time I'm confused because everybody that goes on leaves saying how incredible she is. But when I'm watching it, it feels less fun, authentic, and like, I don't know, it doesn't give me what I hope it gives me. And I feel like that's sad, but I don't know why I feel so like, dude, this is just not it anymore. I I used to love her solo episodes. I can't watch any of it.
Okay, I feel like this is a really good topic, and we'll save it for the next episode. A really good topic to do a deep dive in the type of content that like now you're consuming and how that pipeline between, and that's the discussion that's going on social media right now of like influencers not being relatable, or the people that you start with, you're no longer like following them anymore because you don't like their character development or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've seen people also talk about they don't like her interviewing style.
I don't like her interviewing style either. And literally, I was telling Amna this week, I'm like, why is my favorite content on social media? Lately, I've been feeling off of social media, like, this isn't doing it for me. But like, why is my favorite content on social media like gay men?
Yeah.
Everything gay men put out, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, that's my Can I Be a Bitch?
Okay. My Can I Be a Bitch? And it's not really so much so of a bitch as much as it is a PSA, like a public service announcement, to women specifically, because I grew up in Texas. So in Texas, you have no choice but to know how to drive. You cannot get from point A to point B. And when I moved to Chicago, granted, I'm not living in the city, but like I know a lot of people that live in big cities that never needed to know how to drive because they took public transportation all the time. I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, believe that knowing how to drive is a skill more important than knowing how to swim, knowing how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
I think that there's a level of confidence that comes with knowing how to get yourself from point A to point B.
No matter what.
No matter what the circumstances, no matter where you are in the world. God forbid the person that's driving, something happen to them that you know you can get them to safety. It is so crucial. And I didn't realize how many people I knew that either don't know how to drive or don't feel comfortable driving on like the highway, for example, or don't feel comfortable driving in certain, and I get, obviously, I'm not going to say drive off the edge of a cliff or something, but that don't feel comfortable or confident in themselves driving. And it really like hurts my heart almost. From like, what do you mean you don't feel confident that
it's
you can
almost
drive?
like because it's a basic right as a woman, it's almost like a safety issue. It's like all the things you need to know how to drive.
And it's because I feel like I know so many desi aunties who don't know how to drive, right? And it used to just kind of be one of those things where it's like, yeah, my mom, my so-and-so doesn't know how to drive.
My grandma doesn't drive.
Like, okay, they don't know how to drive. And then my mom, who had an oxygen machine, tube out of her chest, drove everywhere. She drove herself to the hospital before she passed away. She always drove. She drove herself from hospital home all the time and made like a boba stop. So I just feel like now when I see that or I witness that, it genuinely makes me stressed and nervous. And I'm like, no, we should feel comfortable and confident in being able to know how to get from point A to point B. And I think the confidence that comes from that, there's no way that doesn't seep into your real, you know what I mean? Your everyday life, your real life. Like that kind of has to seep into it.
Of course. The only people I think that get a pass for that are people that grew up in New York City that
or are currently living in big cities.
Yeah.
I understand that. If you're living somewhere where public transportation is like a very common thing, and obviously now we have Uber and stuff.
Kind of need to be able to drive, dude.
I just think everyone should know how to drive so that if they're ever in a position where they need to drive, they can drive.
100%.
Because I think that is like a critical thing. Yes, you get a pass if you live somewhere, and yes, I understand there's Ubers and stuff like that, but I just didn't realize the epidemic of women that actually don't know how to drive. And I'm like, guys,
this is a life skill.
This has to be a life skill.
This has to be important.
Especially if you're like, has to be a life skill. That's it. But that's our episode for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching, subscribe. Sorry, Luke, which camera am I looking at? That one? Okay. I'm looking directly into Luke's eyes. Subscribe, comment, tell us stuff you want us to talk about, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.